Hey everybody, it's Colin Boyer, your Pennsylvania and Maryland Realtor, and today I wanted to talk about a pretty hot topic in the real estate market, and that is why are real estate agents and real estate brokerages being sued by consumers? So it all traces back to one thing, and that is commissions and not actually explaining how commissions work. So there's two sides to this, the seller side and the buyer side, and we're going to start off with the seller side just to explain a little bit about what's going on. So there are a few major lawsuits right now that a lot of folks who have sold their home in the past are going back and suing real estate brokerages for not truly explaining how real estate commissions are broken down. So on the selling side, a lot of real estate companies were going in and just giving commission amounts and not fully explaining on how those commission amounts are set up. So for example, for my team, we charge our sellers a 6% commission and we keep a percentage of that and we pay the buyer's realtor a percentage of that as well. Typically, it's a different person and they're bringing in their own agent to negotiate on behalf of them, but other times folks will come in and use this same agent. They'll use the same agent that's listing the home to represent them on the buying side. It can get a little sticky there because sometimes there is a combination of agents representing both sides and only really working for the deal rather than getting the seller the highest price or the buyer the lowest price and best deal. So a lot of agents were not going in and disclosing that, although it is in the paperwork. That's where it gets a little bit tricky. In Pennsylvania and Maryland and many other states, the listing paperwork does say they are paying X amount of commission to the selling agent whenever the home sells, and they are going to pay the buyer's agent X amount as well. Not a lot of agents were saying that and disclosing that though. They were just skipping over a lot of the paperwork and not telling the sellers what is going on. A lot of sellers felt like they were kind of being given a disservice because the buyer's agents were being paid out of the seller's proceeds. So that is not really how it works. So what I wanted to kind of explain in this video was, as a realtor and how I explain it to all of my sellers on how it's working, is we are being paid a commission. For example, our team taking 6% of the sales price, and we are taking 6% to sell that house. Our goal is to bring a buyer in through our team so that we can make sure that we can just get everything moving along and the sale happens, but 90% of the time that does not happen. So we are going to take that 6% to sell the home, and if somebody else brings a buyer in from another company, we are going to pay that company for bringing the buyer in. We use it for marketing to be able to bring another buyer and their realtor in so that we can get it sold, because we're putting it up on the open market and trying to get it to as many folks as possible. So we are offering a compensation for a buyer's realtor bringing a buyer in so that the home can get sold, the sellers can get their price or whatever price we agree to, and get everything that they're hoping for with the sale. Now, switching to the side of the buyers, some agents are getting sold or getting sued rather for this reason. A lot of buyers agents have been going around and telling buyers that their services are free to them. That is 100% not true. And our team has been avoiding saying that because it's not true, and talking about what we're going to talk about here shortly, because that is truly what the case is. We've been doing this for many years. As a buyer, you technically are obligated to pay your agent's commission. So you're obligated to pay whatever that is. For our team, it's 3% to represent a buyer. You're legally obligated, if we sign a buyer agency contract and you purchase a home, to pay the agent 3%. Here's where the language differs in the contract a tiny bit, where you're obligated to pay your agent the 3% commission, but first that agent is going to accept what the seller is offering to offset that. Now, some sellers in this market are not paying any commission. So you may be on the hook for paying the full amount. It's not common though. You won't see that near as much, and you can actually check that on a lot of the home search portals, seeing, okay, this is what the sellers are offering to pay for my portion of my buyer's agent's commission, and you can know that you make up the difference. But a lot of realtors were telling their clients, oh, we're free to you. You do not have to pay us a single penny to work with you on the buyer agent side. And then some folks were running into 0% commission situations where the sellers were not paying the buyer's agent anything, which I don't advise if you're selling, because then you will probably have some realtors, even though they're not supposed to, that try and push their clients to other homes because they are not having the conversation saying, hey, Mr. Buyer and Mrs. Buyer, you're responsible for the commission. They're just trying to avoid that and just get clients to go through and purchase other homes that are paying more. So I do not advise that, to not pay anything if you are selling your home. But a lot of agents were not having that conversation and then going back and saying, oh my gosh, you actually owe us money because the seller's not paying us anything. As a buyer, you are 100% responsible if you sign on with a realtor to pay that realtor's commission. The good news is most times, very commonly in this market of March of 2024, sellers are paying a large majority, if not all, of your buyer's agent's commission. Times when they might not be is a for sale by owner. Maybe they aren't offering any commission. Most times they still are, though, from what I've seen. Or builders, where builders might offer a little bit less commission so that somebody doesn't bring a buyer's agent in and then they don't have wonderful representation. So be careful, speak with your agent, make sure you're working with an agent that is fully disclosing how they are paid, whether it's on the buy side or the sell side. These lawsuits have happened because agents are scared to have these conversations. Doctors and lawyers aren't scared to have conversations when it's time for payment to be due, but agents, especially newer agents, are nervous to talk about money. It's very common. Not a lot of folks like to talk about money and how agents are paid. So make sure you are working with an agent that is fully disclosing everything and how they are paid to represent you, whether it's selling your home or whether it's buying your home. If you are looking for an agent or looking to get started anywhere in the country, or honestly, even in the world, we have wonderful agents all around. Or if you're looking in South Central Pennsylvania, Northern Maryland, we would be happy to help. Again, my name is Collin Boyer. I'm a team lead and realtor with the True Advantage team, brokered by Real Broker. Thank you guys so much for watching. Feel free to reach out to me. Go ahead and go to collinboyer.net if we can help you out with anything or to get in touch with us. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next video.